Hello, my friend. I'm super sick and I apologize for the nose, and I probably shouldn't apologize for my existence, but I'm showing up today. So I hope you're doing well. Um, I'm just like working my way through a fun little virus, and the reason why I wanted to hit record today was because a really interesting thing happened and had to do with being sick, and it also connected with spirituality. And so I want to share this little story and hear your thoughts because I'm super interested. So my husband sent me he sent me something on Instagram like a couple days ago. It was this guy, and he was like, I do this hair mask with like eggs and natural food and all of these things. And my husband was like, yeah, this is so cool. Like, and I was like, yeah, so cool, natural products. And then it's been a couple days and I started getting sick, and I guess this guy on Instagram posted today, and he said on his reel, he's like, I woke up and I'm congested, and that means that there's some sort of like spiritual blockage going on in my life, and I don't really know what it is. So like, I need to meditate to figure out what's going on so that I can clear this congestion. And so my husband brought this to me, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I believe that there typically is some sort of like emotional and spiritual component to the physical nature of our reality. It's just what I believe. It's something that I hold as truth. And I said that to him. And he started like disagreeing. He's like, well, a virus is just a virus. And I'm like, yeah, sure, but and then we proceeded to have this dialogue, and he goes, you know, I only told you this because I thought that you would agree with me. And I was like, well, that's not a good reason to come to the table with something for, somebody to just validate your opinions. But like, that's fine. I do it too. But like, he got something else that he didn't bargain for because I had a different opinion. So it got me thinking, why do I believe that there is some sort of like spiritual and emotional connection to the physical nature of what we're experiencing? And I have this yogi philosophy book from 1904, and I was reading through it, and today it said these teachings don't leave, and like, don't take this the wrong way, it was a book. It was actually like pamphlets, so it was actually mail out pamphlets in like 1904 in like India. But it said like, these teachings are more of a transmission. It's not about discussing what's right or wrong or finding like a debate within the topics. It's about a teacher passing on wisdom to the student. But it says, it's not up for discussion because this is the truth for me as the teacher. And you've come to me, student. I am now transmitting this information to you, but it is your job to sit with it. It is your job to test it and to see if it sits true in your soul. Because if it doesn't, you have to let it go. But if it does sit as truth, you have to explore that within your own world in order to like absorb the teaching. And I really like that because there's this element of, the I told you so thing, you like tell somebody something that you believe to be this truth and they don't believe you, and then whatever happens and they're like, oh yeah, you were right, or this happened, and you want to be like, yeah, I told you so. It's kind of the same thing with teaching, especially like spirituality. It can be easy to say, yeah, like I told you so. Like, I've been in this world, I've been thinking about it, I've been experiencing it, this is my thoughts, this is what I've expressed to you. But that's not I don't think a good teacher should do that. I think that people hear, you could say the same thing to somebody 1,000 times, but there may be a moment where it like actually sinks in and like resonates with where they are, or they have an experience, and then that's the moment where that truth sinks in. And so for me, circling back to this whole like congestion, like blockage thing, I've always been under the assumption, and not even the assumption, in my lived experience, whenever sickness happens, there's usually signs of that happening in your life. You're burnt out, you're stressed, your body's like, you need to rest, you need to relax, you need to do something. Or you've made big moves and like your nervous system is a little bit dysregulated, or like there's new things that you're like coming into and you're about to get like rocketed into the future. So your body's like, you need to rest, you need to process, you need to take care of things at home, you need to take care of things in your psyche, you need to come back to your practices, you need to just, come back to eating healthy food and like being so grateful for the water that you drink every day and your clean air, and recognizing how your body is this beautiful temple and we have this responsibility to take care of it so it can like get us out in this world. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, it's been like a wild, there's been a lot of stuff happening, a lot of movement, a lot of pieces that I'm not going to share in this video, but a lot of new big things in my world, and things are going to be skyrocketing. Like things are going to be shifting very rapidly in the next few weeks. And so for me, I'm like, this makes sense. This makes sense that my body was like, you need to rest. You need to rest. You need to recover. You need to come back to yoga. You need to get back to your breath work. You have to get back to your Kundalini practices. And eat healthy food. Appreciate your body for what it is, because things are going to get really fast, really quickly. And this is that gentle reminder to whatever's like stuck in your world, release it, let it go, and get ready for the new. And so that's true in my world, because that's what I've experienced. And so it was so interesting today, trying to have this discussion with my husband. And, it's true for me. And it may not be true for him. It may be that, for him, he's like, well, you just picked up a virus. But it's like, why is it that you don't have this virus? There's been, I think, so since December, I've been sick 3 times. And the boys have not been sick. Like a little bit, like a little congested, but like I have been hit the worst. And, typically when somebody in the house gets sick, everybody gets sick. Everybody gets a shot at it. But that like really hasn't happened. Like Josh hasn't had the same level of like sickness that like has like rocked his system. And there's been a lot of changes and shifts in my life, and I have been moving in this like spiritual direction. Like I felt this call, like I feel like I've been on this like crazy wave, and it just keeps like crashing me left, right, and center. And I have never been this sick, like so quickly, like since December. Like it's only been a couple months and I've been sick like a solid 3 to 4 times. And it's really forced me to rest. It's really forced me to, check in with myself and to, like I've said like 3 times, like make sure I am drinking good water and I'm drinking tea and I'm taking care of myself and I'm eating healthy food and I'm going for walks every day and I'm going to the gym and I'm doing all of the things, because I need to have this foundation in my life in order to get ricocheted into the future. And not to say that Josh is not. I think that maybe sounded like it. But everybody goes through these growth phases in different points in their life, and like we're on different cycles, and I think I'm just, it feels like I'm in a period of like really rapid growth and development. And so it's interesting because it's like this, and this is my point, is like I have been hit so hard multiple times. I live in a house with him. We basically, like, we share cups. Like, we, you know, we don't take any extra precautions to like limit exposure to one another when these sicknesses strike. But his body is not responding in the same way as mine. And so if it was just simply like viral load, like maybe it's because my immune system is not up to par, but like I I take pretty good care of myself. Like I take pretty good care of myself, and I would like to think that my system is like pretty good on a regular basis. So it's just interesting that we both are hit with the same viral load, but like in the last couple of months, with corresponding with my rapid growth and development, I have been like hit and been told, slow down. Things are going to move fast. So slow down, rest, recover. And I just think that it's fascinating. So yeah, interested to know what you think. Have you had any lived experiences of examples of when there's like some sort of like spiritual emotional thing going on that also corresponds to something in your body? Like maybe your knee starts to hurt when you realize that you have unprocessed trauma from your daddy issues. Like, I don't know, let me know in the comments. I'd love to chat about it. Hope you're all doing well, and I will see you soon when I'm healthy. Bye.